Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to our Petro State. I'm Revelio Skilden, where I'm just kind of looking. There we are. I realized I made a terrible error in building this pipeline, so this part of the road's blocked off. But as I get myself together here and want to keep digging for more oil and expanding this oil field, like, by our math here, you know, like last month, production of resources, produced basically 30 grand in oil. And I'm pretty sure that is actually just going to keep increasing because, like, not everything was hooked up completely for part of the month, so we're looking at 35 grand in extra income per month, probably, or more, we'll see. And that's pretty damn good. And so, I intend personally to continue. We're going to need to build each layer basically individually. Unfortunately, due to how this is structured, do that. Okay. Because, yeah, there's... that. 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 Good. Alright. And I guess also... I won't leave that alone for now, but there. We'll expand out to the next oil branch there. That ain't too bad. Okay. Yeah, one at a time's fine. We don't want to overdo it. On the plus side, I think I now have enough confidence in my finances to reopen the... Oh god, what are you... How are you here? Why are you here? How have you broken everything? Okay. You came over here for coaling. You are not supposed to be on this track. Okay. So that's probably gonna hit us a little bit. Ah yes, you're slightly ahead of the semaphore. So that's actually how that happened, which makes sense. Understandable. I was gonna say, this actually shouldn't happen. Under basically any circumstances, even in, like, the worst of cases. But it still did. Extract Hill Pass, and like I said, you now should have clearance. There we are. Fixed. Alright. Local crisis averted. Unfortunately, that's a ton of lost production in the industrial core, but oh well. Wow, it's over 1% now. Good. Yeah, loyalty is ticking up. It's actual numbers now. Alright. So, the real question I'm thinking to myself right now is, do I set up a construction office over here that just takes everything from Chemisil and, like, is the dedicated oil construction office? So that way I can continue to expand elsewhere as well. I feel like that's not unreasonable. Trains are back to running on time. Workers be producing. You had no food. Oh no. Yeah, damn. People are hungry. That's actually one of the problems with getting this train stopped like that, is it can kill us. The logistics network still requires that we produce food. Alright. A train of steel trucks. One covered truck for the mechanical components. Delivering all the goods we need for that pipeline. Alright. Okay, so it should be fine to be on the right side here, because I think if I'm going to highway it, it's going to be on the left. It would be. Just putting that out for the future, for future me to note. That will help. Alright. Yeah, construction industry. Hopefully I can flatten terrain out here now. Thanks to the terraforming office I've got here. Yeah, 30 tons of gravel there, and then that's done. Slow but steady. So, October should have been a steady month for oil production. Alright, so we produced 46,000 rubles worth. Hot damn. Does that match the exports, or am I looking at it incorrectly? Yep, about 46,000. Damn. That's good shit. It takes a little bit of, like, power on the imports and stuff, but, like... Yeah, it cost me 800 to import the power. So that's good. Alright. This is a good trade indeed. Alright. So I'm gonna proceed with the teardown of this railway. This is actually gonna be really hard to tear down with the railway tracker, isn't it? Fuck. Because I was gonna say, I want to put down some more flats and get more people into them. And also kind of get Leuven connected up, you know? So that way it only needs the one. So I don't know, just hypothetically, if I made a pedestrian tunnel here, that would connect it, yeah. That's technically all I need. Perfect. In that case, consider it authorized. Alright, we're gonna probably... I don't know what to do about this, really. I think it's actually too dangerous for me to try and actually get rid of it. Although... leaving a forced bypass might be the correct call. If I do that, then this should prevent... Yeah. Okay, although I have no idea what our track builder is currently doing and if it's a priority at all. Who knows what the hell our track builder gets up to these days? Not me. What are you building? You're unbuilding the track. Good. No more work days. So yeah, that'll just slowly get demolished. Then we can put down a lot more flats. Really so, I hope. Good. Our field's underway. So you need a electrical connection as well. quite enough workers in the plant. Or, oh no. There's not enough coal in the plant. Okay. Okay. Damn. Like, the problem is, it's a lot of power consumption. God damn. A lot of coal consumption. I recognize that this might be a problem someday. I'd have planned for it, but I just did not expect that day to be so soon, you know? Unfortunately, I may have undone my own plans at some point, by the looks of it. By putting that railway station right there. Well. Crud. Here's the real question. Can the light, like, am I okay if the light industry core is shut off for a while? Because, like, it's pretty clear this thing kind of was never meant to scale to this level. In multiple ways. You know? Which is fair. But, like, I pull back this train platform bit, do a little work. I can lay a second set of tracks like I'd thought about here. And that might work as well. Where is our track builder anyway? Oh, I see. Why though? Is deconstruction just by its nature a lower priority task? Might be. Oh, it's because it's suspended, isn't it? Maybe I just cancel these demolitions for now. Either way. Like I said, I want this cleaned up. So that way we can throw down more flats here. That would be good. Stuff slowly pouring in to construct the pedestrian pathway. Good. The approve thing appeared for a moment, and I'm all of a sudden wondering what I haven't approved. pedestrian church. That's slightly concerning. Okay, I think I have an electrical wire somewhere based on the cost that I did not approve. Ah, yes, here we are. Yes, approved. Okay. Always good to know. By the way, we can resume construction on these. Oops. Yeah. Always good to do. By the way, make sure that is at least in the queue somewhere to get built. I understand in general building the oil field is going to be pretty rough and slow us down at a lot of other things that I wish it didn't. Oh, right. So you're probably only going to be able to hold so much, of course. Actually, they're doing pretty well. Be able to take it. Nice. So we'll remove that connection. This one isn't too big of a deal to deal with. It's mostly this area after all I want to develop, so probably be able to leave that as is. Put it there. Almost. Why would it not go quite as high? Oops. Going as high, it just has to actually go higher. That looks to be the case, yes. Excellent, alright. There we go. Not exactly the greatest outcome, but hey, I'll take it. There. This area works as a switch. This area can be built through a switch. We're good. Okay. said that coaling station will be one way. Alright. And approve. But yeah, like this place is struggling because it's basically only working as long as we've got coal coming in. So I need to do something about that. And like realistically the only thing I can do is just throw more dumpers at the problem. For now. It's a temporary solution. And you know what they say about temporary solutions? They make the best permanent solutions. God, no, I'm not. I refuse. Don't worry, I'm not gonna let that become the friggin' modus operandi, you know? We may need something like 7 dumpers of coal. For now. Alright. Thankfully, you know, I did build the civilian grid with fallback functionality, so we just import power if for whatever reason the power plant turns off. Because if you don't do that, you die. A horrible, painful death usually. Because, you know, something happens. Something always happens. Yep. All coming along nicely. But yeah, I think what I've got to do is sort of pull this back. We'll see. Is this done getting demolished yet? No, it's still got at least 3 more trips, which isn't too bad, but it'll get there. So, 3 more trips. And then we'll probably end up doing like a multi-line thing. And it should be fine. All because I did this wrong. I guess the thing is, at least the light industrial core wouldn't shut down completely, because we still do have Chem sending some people by bus, right? So that's good. Alright. And we do have some spare money, and the amount of money we're making off of the oil field is going to increase. So I think the renovation of the light industrial core can kind of happen, you know? The design flaws have piled up and become manifest, so... Alright. Yeah, 47,000 from oil. Nice. Honestly, not bad. It's good to see that that's going up. You know, we got clothes, alcohol as well, and food in theory. God, we exported 8 tons of hazard waste. Alright. No, not gonna be any customs heads over here. I'm thinking about waste in general and how to handle it. I don't know. Part of me kind of wants to do away with the Gaggenhaus, taking people from Kelm. You know? connection to NATO custom house. Shockingly, anyway. Someday there will be. There is I think, a NATO track builder, though. How good is the NATO track builder? Oh, yeah. Oil. So, probably not. But hear me out. I have a lot of railway to build now, and I'm planning on building a lot more. See, Glasseye, I'm thinking that once the train platform's been demolished, what if I put 4 track builders in here? That would put potentially 140 workers in the rail construction office. I guess the problem with that is that it's not actually all that accessible. You know, this is, I think, literally a dirt road, maybe? Or just gravel. Hard to say. But yeah, like I could probably put a pedestrian pass into the middle of town and connect this in, but if I made that the main industry here, instead of it be shipping out the rail builders all over, I think that might be a good idea. Maybe just 2. 2 for now, maybe. Well, no, for now I need them on the light industrial core. That would be following the light industrial core's upgrade. So it can handle things like coal coming in by train for its fucking power plant because God doesn't need it apparently. Yeah. Four tons of chemicals, ugh. Good. I mean, we're making decent money. So. Right, is this done yet? It is not. Okay. I'm thinking I just need a second demolition office, you know? Now that I'm starting to do renovations and like revisiting and rebuilding things, I'm becoming very hamstrung. So wisdom would have me some of these Yag-10 wasters. Okay. I'm gonna wait for the train to arrive here. Yeah, I'm just confused with you guys. Okay, there it is. I think I was right, and it actually is headed to the depot for maintenance. But it was good and confusing to see. Color track segment, then one's coming back, and then it's over. And they'll block each other randomly. They shouldn't. Because only one can build per segment, and, you know, in theory, they shouldn't be able to go down the same segment as a result. because only the front segment should be accessible. But I have, like, I'm expanding the railway in effectively about 4 or 5 different ways. So theoretically, I think I can handle having up to like 10 track builders right now. That would probably be excessive. But, like, I have a lot of railway I need to build, apparently. Because I am quickly becoming perhaps even overly reliant. What in the fuck? Oh, good lord. That would explain that. Just hypothetically, if I just demolish this building, some vehicles inside down, it's like, can people come work here? I'm going to make this a high priority demolition. And manually assign it to the CO office. The main problem would be I don't really know. Like, this is some shitty wooden ass railway here, so its throughput's not great. But yeah. Coal train comes from here, goes to here. Thanks to the roundabout, it can do that. All's well. Alright, the theory's there at least. Did this ever get built? It just got its friggin' gravel delivered. Well, that's nice. Well, someday the new pump jacks will be ready. That's the thing, I kind of want this because then I can pull in workers from Chemisil and also all the resources. And I think that'd be a lot closer and thus a lot quicker. So, we shall see. Oh. In the meantime, though, I think that's a good place to end the episode. I'm going to renovate the LIC. You're done working on that. Let's go. You've got priority. Okay. In the meantime, unemployment in Lupin is going to be stupid high. That's kind of expected. I'm going to turn off worker waiting because, let's be real here, no one should wait here. To find jobs elsewhere. Just fill everything up. Here, let me open up the university to maximum. Let's do science in the meantime and actually get our advanced engineering study done. Someday we'll be able to produce vehicle production lines. Actually, that's the next tech. Road vehicle production? Or no, fuck. There's still conveyor belts. God damn it. Who knows? Maybe I'll even go get uranium mining. Oh yeah, 1947. We can maybe start on renewables. Won't that be nice? Waste separation. 1959. God damn. Metro, yeah. I could do TV, although that feels unnecessary right now. 1948 we'll be able to get the air traffic and fire helicopters. Although, I guess I should ask the question. Hypothetically, availability by year. Or, hold on, this is road, isn't it? A list of aeroplanes? Or, yeah, a list of helicopters. Here we are. So, we can get the Mi-4 in 1951. That's probably fine, right? I mean, it's not like I need much for a firefighting helicopter, right? So, good enough. God, we have so much to research. Maybe I should do the fuel processing study. The bitumen production study. And get a refinery together. Pollution filter installation would be good. There's so much that would be good. Of course, the real problem in realistic mode isn't getting the technology, it's actually implementing the technology. So, let us continue. Conveyor belt production. Loyalty is nice and high. Well, it looks like you have a little bit of waste. Toss that out. Good news. The LIC is renovating. Alright. So. Put that there. That should be fine. You still able to reach everything? Hell yeah, you are. Okay. Let's have you bank pretty aggressively, please. Thank you. Okay. Where does the Kohler come in? That's a good question. That is a good question. Doesn't need much. There we go. And then train coal. Yeah, I just need the small one. Not doing anything aggressively fancy here. Getting another entry into the roundabout here is gonna be tricky. But not impossible. Perfect. Alright. Now that's what I call a renovated industrial core. Yeah. I think at this point I am going to effectively shut down the LIC. I suppose that's assuming I can figure out. There we are. One underpass. Do the infrastructure. Oh, yes, fair enough, I suppose. It's always the water pipes. There we go. There. So this will transition Kelm into being my railroad construction center. This seems like kind of better. Come here. 3 new track builders. So you can turn around and do that. But when I tried to do it the first time without this little connection, it was like, no, fuck you. But no, now the track builders are smart enough to figure out how to get to this freaking office. But yeah. Nine more Gaggenau buses. Don't worry, I'm gonna have a decent need for a bunch of these. For my, like, construction projects later. Alright. Alright. Managed to get a bunch in depot. This is the one I can't. So we sell it. Done. Alright. Unemployment too high? Probably. That more or less shuts down the LIC for its renovations. Goddamn, I just imported a crap load of vehicles. Alright. But hey, work is getting done. We now have 4 track builders rampaging their way through and constructing a glorious railway network. Yeah, you know, that's fair. Return to depot. We're gonna be fine as long as the food there kind of holds out, so... I'm just gonna have those cargo trains return to depot for now. They aren't really needed anywhere, so... Traffic's down. We just kind of gotta let our construction offices get to work. Alright, I think it's a good place to put a cut in. This shit's still not done. Oh my god. Alright, well. Soon. And also make sure that's in. This one I'm going to put on high priority. We'll get that done, and that, you know, gets a lot more oil flowing. And I'm now currently mostly reliant on oil, so might have to take out some loans. We'll see. But hey, wow, 1.3. So you can tell the loyalty of my citizens is just, oh my god, it's actually enough to move the needle here. 36%. It's climbing. Alright. Thank you everyone for watching. I've been your Vistula and I'll see you guys next time. Take care, folks. Have a good night.